Honor and respect. Welcome. Mm. All right. Honor and respect. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Let me fix the camera. There we go. Perfect. All right. So today we're going to look at, if you can see the title of the live, um, or I guess the video. I don't know how I'm going to upload it yet. Um, let's look at how um what to consider as you look at your new beginnings. I'm gonna start with this oracle card. Usually I start with tarot, but I've been called to pull from this deck. I just got it. It's from uh, it's from the Marca. It's the Oracle of the Universe. I've been really enjoying the art so far. Um, in the deck. It's very bright. And it's definitely in, you might also be in this kind of moment of cosmic knowledge. Like you're coming to understand a lot of things about how the world works. So whether that's you reading about the cosmos, or watching documentaries or anything like that. So we're definitely in we're in Gemini season, which for us in Voodoo is the Malasa. And they are the ancient sacred twins that appear across all different, traditions and religions and cultures and things like that. They're definitely an ancient spirit that has been, people are captivated by the energy of twins, the fact that twins are able to happen um is kind of, it's not a freak accident. There are so many freaking twins and they happen everywhere in everything, and so it's kind of like this eye-opening thing where it's like the world is not just one way, and so the principle of the Maasa in Vodou is 1 plus 1 equals 3. And what that means is that it's kind of like in design where you honor the white space between two elements. So you have 1 plus 1, but what you're also looking at is also another thing. So it's kind of the same principle as, kind of the observer principle. You become one with the thing that you're observing. And it's like whenever there's, it also is, which for me is the most important aspect of the metaphor, which is there are no dichotomies, there's no real dichotomy. So like things that cause those separations that we feel in our lives, like gender, it's male or female, it's this or it's that, it's this or it's that, you're either with me or you against me. And it's like, no, there's always more than three, but three is enough to break the pattern, to break the illusion. All right, I don't know why we went there, but this is definitely for someone. I'm having some time, you guys. I have started microdosing. Help the world. It's been wonderful. I'm in a very good mood. All right, let's look at it. Um, what do you need to consider as you embrace these new beginnings? We have guidance. You know, what I'm hearing is like to seek knowledge in everything. Seek knowledge in everything. That means you can find guidance in everything that you're looking at. So when you're looking at something, when you're experiencing something, take a moment. What is this trying to teach me? Why is this in my experience right now? It's definitely kind of like a game, you know. As you're approaching this new beginning, it's very much like, hey, okay, so all of these experiences that are coming towards me, why are they coming into my consciousness right now? We have freedom. Definitely have to consider, if you are trying to create a life of more freedom, you have to inject freedom in the potion. You know, it's like you have to, so that means if you're trying to, for example, create a new business, for example, or you're trying to create a new group and you're whatever it is, right? Building rest, for example, building time to play, right? That's what you'll need to be considering as you go in to this time. We have consistency as well. So this is definitely a reading for my creatives, and that makes sense. Listen, my collective, you guys, is full of creative people. So you may be an artist, you know, you may be a spiritual worker like me, you may be a singer, whatever it is, whatever your piece of art is. I'm so excited. Please share in the comments. Please keep liking and commenting. I know you guys are watching, so and I'm also start talking to me. Um, so definitely this is and if you're creative and you are finding yourself connecting more deeply with your spirituality and how that's impacting your art, definitely subscribe. We're going to get deeper, you guys. And if you're definitely attracted to this message and you're here, there's a reason for that. We have patience. So this is basically giving you the recipe for this new beginning. The things that you'll need to focus on: balance, we have justice. At the bottom, we have retribution. So, what you're doing, you might be feeling a sense of justice in it. And if you don't, you should seek it. What gives you this sense that what you're doing is just? What you're doing is what you're supposed to do. What you're doing is helping other people. You need to be properly motivated in order to fully grasp how expansive these new beginnings that you have are. We have strength. And at the bottom, we have destiny. You see how bright these cards are? Like I don't even have that much light. It's just the light from outside and like my candles and my lamp. That's wild. Very, very bright. I love this deck so far. Good job. Um, but yes, I'm saying, this is a following North Star. Like this is a time for you to really, and I feel like if you're watching this, you've probably evolved past that moment. Early when we're starting to learn about our intuition. Um, it's hard sometimes because our intuition would tell us to do something, and we'll say, "Oh, I don't know what voice is telling me to do this. I'm just gonna go and do the thing that I used to do, right?" And you keep doing it, and then you move forward, and you look, and what you find is that what your intuition was telling you is correct. So now you're like, "Dang, I should have listened. I knew it. I know I could have done this. I know I should have done this." Right? It's calling you to really take that time to just listen in real time and do it. Of course, with destiny at the bottom of the deck, like this is not something that can miss you, but timing is really working in your favor right now. The energy is really, really hot right now. So it's kind of like your ancestors and your spiritual team, they are trying to, break some patterns very quickly for you. So you need to make sure that you're doing things, even if, and I'm talking about like playing. Listen, I'm not advising gambling or anything like that. Don't feel pressure to do anything or whatever. But if they give you some numbers, play them as soon as possible. Today. Okay? So listen, don't come for me. I'm just letting the message share. Um this is specific for someone. This is definitely not for everybody. Um Definitely specific for someone. Go play these numbers. Go play these numbers. We have the King of Swords. Um, we have the Page of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. What to consider, the vision map for the full messages about your new beginning. We have the Hermit in the Tower. Respect. We have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords, Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Definitely confirmation for those numbers, you guys. Like, if you had a dream, and I am definitely showing my Haitian heritage, because you'll have your great aunts, great uncle come and say, "Hey, listen, what what dreams did you have?" Um, so what I'm seeing is you're in this moment where you're struggling with structure. You're struggling with structure where it's not necessarily struggling. It's more in the sense that you're you're re-understanding what it is that you want in your life. So your new beginning is coming out of alignment. You have oriented all of your um work talents. Like I was saying, this is for the creatives, people who are creating something, okay? New business, whatever. You've you've brought everything together. It's kind of like you have all of the different elements. You've gone through the cycles, you've gained the knowledge, you've created the network. You even probably have some inventory on hand. But for some reason, it's kind of like you're getting this pull between the real world and the world of your manifestation. And what I'm getting is that you want to make sure that you are holding the line, right? You're staying consistent with you're staying consistent with your gifts. with the work that you're doing with your gifts. It's like what I'm hearing is, by what I mean is that don't wait until you feel more secure in the real world in order to work on your gifts. It's kind of like that's having it backward. Your feeling of stability is going to come the more you work on this new beginning. It feels like what I'm seeing is that you see the new beginning internally, you see the new beginning, but like you see it. It's not something that is, and you see it from a very, very powerful perspective. Look at these three cards. We have the Seven of Wands, the nine, the Hermit, and the Tower, right? You're seeing it from an elevated perspective, first of all, from an elevated perspective. And I really like this Tower's card because it's so clear about what it's trying to do. It's with, especially, with the butterflies and just this kind of like feeling of elevation. It's kind of like what you're seeing is you're having a breakthrough and it's engendering change. And you can see it from a very centered perspective with the Seven of Wands and the Hermit. You in a beautiful energy right now. Beautiful energy. Very untouchable energy. And they are saying to really keep trust in your North Star. We have the bright star in the 41, consistency and guidance. So however you are getting your advice, be consistent in that. So if you are going to a therapist, or whatever it is, it's like it's time. This is summer school, is what I'm hearing. It's time for you, and by summer school, what we mean is kind of like this moment of pleasure, freedom, calm, rest, and purposeful, directed, guided work. You are balanced. That's how you move. Because right now you are in the energy of creating something new. So when you're creating something new, you want to create it within balance. A lot of times you'll be in these circles of people who are creating, whether they're writers, painters in the actual art scene or whatever it is. And these people are so freaking, it's like it's about competition. It's about like I want to be the best. I want to do, and it's like that's not what you're creating out of. You'll create or what you need to be creating out of if you're not already in this energy. You need to be creating from this centered and grounded perspective of knowing what you're doing. It has to integrate and align with who you've decided to be in this lifetime. And you found it. That's the new beginning. You found it. And what I'm seeing is that what's the problem is it's kind of like this moment, right? Where you've been digging, you've been digging, and it's like, "Kunk, kunk." Wait, what is that? Is this metal? So you're digging with your hands now, and you're taking it, and you're, cleaning it up. What's that? What's that? And lo and behold, it's a treasure. That's where you are. And you're in this moment, and they're like, make sure, like, keep looking at it. If you don't get it yet, keep looking at it. Whatever has your attention right now that makes you feel perhaps pretty distracted from your family, from your job, or whatever it is, especially if it's a mindset, a new mind frame, a new idea, whatever that is right now, that's what you need to be focusing on. Let it take your time, let it take your attention, let it envelop you. If it's something that's making you feel as bright as these cards, something that feels like a flame, it's like, oh, something is starting. It's kind of like that moment of like, oh, yeah, we're about to fuck this up. That, focus on that energy of transformation. It is spring after all. But get into it with the full pleasure of a child making new discoveries. I don't know if you remember, like, at least for me, when I was a child, I mean, I think most children who have had at least the privilege of being able to explore and be outside, we used to look at bugs. For me, it was ants. I had this wall in the back of my house in Haiti, and that had all these little holes and everything. And I used to just sit there for hours in the day, just watching the ants go back and forth, carrying things, going in different, like, to understand the full ways that their whole kind of system worked, right? So they want you to approach whatever has your attention right now in this way. Maybe it's your music, maybe like whatever pieces of art that you're working on, let yourself get lost in it. And when they say that yourself get lost in it, it doesn't have to be just it doesn't have to be just um you do this thing all day, every day. That's the only thing that you do. It's more like maybe you're going to dream about it. You're going to write about it. You're gonna be like, I don't really feel like painting today. I think I'm gonna journal about it, about the painting. I don't feel like doing that right now. Really, like, go take a walk. Think about it. Maybe listen to someone who's talking about it. Read a book about it. Okay, so it's kind of like, like the thing that we used to do, or maybe not all of us, but productive procrastination or productive distractions, where the thing that you're supposed to be doing, which is not such a thing, you're always doing the thing that you need to be doing, it's finding it in what you're doing, because it's kind of like this feeling of you're working with the understanding that everything is connected now. And that's what alignment is. You've worked on alignment within yourself. And that's what we were talking about, where you had like all of your little ducks in a row. And now you're taking this unit, the seed that you've created, and now you're going to plant it. But you have to plant it in fertile ground, right? And so you're kind of like playing this kind of, and like this kind of game of like, okay, so where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? right? And that also means trial. Because that's the thing. It's not like you have just this one seed. There's no such thing. You are abundant right now. It's like you have a seed bank. Okay? Understand that. That's important. You have a seed bank. Don't feel like everything, all of your eggs are in one basket. Just because you're aligned, if anything, if anything, the fact that all of your, your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, your material energy, how you're spending your money and your time and your attention and your, you know, physicality, all of that, when you have all of that aligned, it's a multiplier. It's not you didn't reduce everything to this one thing. You amplified everything about you. It's kind of like you literally have magic at your fingertips. That's what you've done. You fucked it right open. And if you haven't understood that, you need to keep looking at it. You need to keep looking until you see the pure gold. And then for you to realize that you didn't just find it, you made it because you're an alchemist. You've decided to transform. All of the things that have happened to you, you have taken and taken and taken. You have held the line for everybody. And now the dam has broken, right? You've only kept the things that you truly, truly need. You've let go of the things that were weighing you down. And now you're building something new. All right, respect. Please give me more messages. We have the devil. Yeah. You're letting go of the, it's like you're re-understanding a lot more in the sense that you're understanding that, yes, with the devil and the eight of swords, exactly. Whatever restrictions that you used to feel, they were self-imposed. I adore this card. Adore. And the reason why I like it is because the mirror is still showing you, the mirror is showing you the wrong thing. That's what I love about this card, right? I'm gonna have it just like this. Hold on. Let it focus. Okay. Just like this. Mm? I love it. I love it because it shows you that you have to figure it out yourself in reality. And that means you have to take it away from the screens, take it away from the mirrors, take it away from the others, what they have to say. It's about facing yourself from the inside and to realize that as inside is in outside. It's kind of like I've been like talking about being within the cosmos, maybe I need to watch Doctor Who. And you have the TARDIS, which is, their spaceship that's, shaped like a telephone booth, like a British telephone booth. And, the whole thing, if you're not a Whovian, is people walk inside of the telephone booth and it's a giant, spaceship. And they go outside and it's a telephone booth. And they go inside and it's a giant spaceship. And they're like, oh, it's bigger on the inside. And today, after microdosing, I have just been captivated by the idea that we are the TARDIS. We are a time travel ship. We bend space and time. And it all happens in our mind. I don't know why I went there, but I'm here somehow. Okay. What I'm seeing is you're realizing that it's not the devil holding you back. It's not people holding you back. It's you. The problem is not that the world can't see your greatness or whatever. You might just need to keep trying different places, keep trying different things. Because if you have a goal and you say, this is the thing that I am committing to, okay, all you have to do is work it, figure it out. You fail, look at it. Is this really the thing? Why is it the thing? Reconsider it. And if it's still the thing, then that reconsideration should show you where you need to go. Keep following your intuition, keep pushing. Understand the difference between being too impatient and trying to see things too clearly and things not growing at all. Understand your expectations as well. Because this, especially if you're creative, 50 people, if you're throwing an event, and I think that what has helped me is the fact that I started doing readings in person at different events. I throw my own events in my city. But what you understand is if you're throwing an event in person and 50 people come to your event, that's a success. That's a success. But somehow, if you make a post and 50 people like it, it's a fail. What you're understanding is what you're doing is a build it, they will come thing where only the people at the level that you're operating, and that's what happens in terms of like everything, okay? Only the people who need you will come to you if you're doing it organically. And the goal should be to do it organically if you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it to go viral, then patience is going to be very hard for you. But if you're doing it to plant seeds, to make sure that when the person is ready, when that moment is here, they can flip the switch, they can reach, and they can find your work. If that's what you're doing it for, if you're doing it for posterity, you're doing it to leave it behind for legacy, for people to find when they need it, it's then not a problem. Because what you're understanding is once you've aligned yourself and you found your light, people are seeking the same thing. The very fact that you heard the call and you answered the call means that you're not alone. It's actually quite the opposite. People are thirsty for what you have to offer. They want it. The only reason why you don't know that is because you are not available for them. There's no way for you to know that they would love to have you if they don't know that you exist. But they're looking for something. And that's what I realized as being a writer. And you might also realize, I mean, you probably also realize a lot if you are creative, is because you realize that your work, fuck, I lost it. Hold on. Your work is a portal to greater transformation, a portal to noticing. Because as soon as you start noticing, you start changing, mimicking, copying, fixing, whatever it is, you're reacting. But you're noticing. And what you're noticing is you're noticing the truth. People feed you fantasies because they feel like the fantasies, you've been taught that the fantasy is more important than reality, is more beautiful, is more awe amazing, awe inspiring than reality. The idea that a big ass guy, stuffs himself down his chimney to come and get your cookies and give you gifts versus your parents spend time paying attention to what you love and to what you like, and they've decided to create this moment for you. And it's a moment of connection between your family and so many other families, and you're able to give back and you're able to do this. Instead of that, somehow lying to you about Santa Claus makes more sense, is more beautiful, is protecting your innocence. So you've been trained for that. And now you're awakening to these new realities that are telling you that you don't have a devil holding you down. You hold the key. How simple is that? Yo, you guys. Eh? Eh. Listen, I'm over here talking, not even looking at the cards I just pulled. The magician, the high priestess, in the sun. She let me bring them down so you can actually see them. And we have the hangman. So I have been developing a real connection with the hangman. Oh, let's more cards. Oh, yeah. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So there's definitely love here. We're not going to focus there. Are we not? Oh, we are. Okay. Okay. We have the key. Love this card as well. Love it. With the Five of Pentacles usually being this just, sad card. And you realize that it's more whenever you're ready, dear kind of situation. The separation is an illusion. So the idea that you have to work extremely hard, you have to push, 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 produce, 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 produce in order to make what you want happen is not the truth. That's what I was saying about the hangman. I've been developing a real relationship for all of those different cards as well, both the hangman and the hermit. That moment of pausing before jumping into the sun. It's kind of like that moment before, you start dancing. It's that first step. I love it. Love it. Because you've been mapping a lot of things in your mind. And now it's time for embodiment of that light. And what you're seeing is that it's going to respond. It's going to respond. It's master. It's everything coming towards you. You are in the spotlight now. And so part of what you also have to consider is how to um deal with that. How do you deal being in the spotlight? A lot of us, especially creative people, what you're scared of is not of failure, is of success. You're scared of being seen because your art is your vulnerability. What you share is the most, deep pieces of you. Even if the artifact itself isn't, but your art is. You're opening yourself up and saying, I have something to say, I have something to offer. And you do. When you really do, when it's something that you have like deep conviction in, what you realize is that you're not trying to sell and market to everybody, the people who need it. Once you found your essence and you're making it available to people, the people who are seeking exactly that, that's when they're going to come get you. So those 50 people who came and liked your post are the 50 people that you needed to interact with this post. That's a success. The success might have been two people who read that post and just they could not let it go. One person might have seen your work and has not stopped talking about it to the great bother of everybody in their lives. That's why you do your work. It's not to go viral. And when you do it that way, you don't need spam. You don't need 10,000 people to not even interact with your book just to say that 10,000 people read your book. Having a conversation with two or three other people at your book reading, people who are diving deep inside your work in your words, who are applying it to their other stuff, who are really integrating what you've had to share. Those two, three people, that's why you do the work. And what does that mean about money? And that's the pool that you're in now, right? What does that mean about money? Because the whole artist, starving artist thing is trash. What does that mean about money? Tell me. Yeah, the high priestess, the moon, the empress. Yeah, yeah. They're definitely saying that in terms of money, this is something that you don't need to be necessarily worried about right now. What they're asking you to do is to pay attention to your abundance. Okay? Are you becoming anxious about money because you really need it right now? As in, what have you needed, truly needed, that you haven't been able to afford lately throughout this moment of transformation that you've taken to pause to take your time and to reconsider this new beginning? What have you been lacking? Pay attention to how abundant you are. Do you have everything that you need? And if you don't, this truly might not be your reading. Because in this moment that you are, you're letting go of the idea of money as what means stability. What stability might be a conversation. It's kind of like when you owe money and you're stressed about it. What you're looking for is not necessarily money, it's a way to have peace of mind. So then what do? You go and you talk to the person or you call the bill collector and you say, hey, I'm not get like I don't have it here, but I'll have it there. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. They're asking you to lean into that. Maybe what you get to learn now is more of a um personal human interactions. You lean more into the human, lean more into the personal, do things in person, look people in the eye, let your energy do the work. Because sometimes what you need is just to convince somebody to give you a chance. It's not that you need to get a new certificate online. You know what I mean? They're asking you to figure out ways to make things work instead of automatically giving up because things are not going exactly the way you thought they would or you thought they should work. It's about seeing the true validity of the project that you're trying to give birth to. Is it worth it? Is it real? Do you believe in it? Is there a conviction behind it? Or are you just throwing shit at the wall hoping it sticks? There's a time for that. Right now is not the time. Right now, they're asking you to find your conviction. It's more of a Capricorn energy right now. And that might be a message for someone as well, because I have issues with Capricorn, or I used to have issues with Capricorn until I understood what Capricorn really about. People have distorted that energy to be about money, money, money. What you're seeking is stability. It's not money. It's two different things, and you need to understand that if you're going to create something out of conviction. Sometimes what we're looking for is what we've replaced it with is ego, convenience. And when we say convenience, we really mean not having to deal with someone else. And sometimes what you are understanding is not that you don't have to deal with anyone else, it's just the specific people you were dealing with. So you're learning to make new connections. So when it comes to money, they're telling you one, pay attention to whether you've actually been in lack, or if you are actually in lack or are going to be in lack. Talk, speak up to actual people, ask for help or for more time or for whatever. So open up your mouth, ask questions, because the way that you see money, we're going to do a reading on that. That's enough, because I feel like we're doing a reading on top of another reading, basically. We're going to do a reading on that. But my creatives, to bring it all back, to bring it all back, you're in this moment and it's required of new beginnings, of a renewed passion for your craft. You're seeking new knowledge, new connections around that craft. Nothing is wasted. Okay. Pay attention to what's around you, to what's available to you. Watch your words. Pay attention to what you're listening to and what you're repeating, what you're saying to people. And when we say that, we don't mean in the sense of watch your words or like a fear or anything like that. It's more because a lot of times that's why I tell my friends as well, when you're doing therapy, like ooh, that's something I need to text my friend about. Journaling, to do audio journaling, to speak it out loud. Listen, because you're trying to tell yourself something. So pay attention to what you're trying to tell yourself. And there is a difference between writing journaling and speaking journaling. Because there's a self-editing that happens before you hit the page. And sometimes that process is important, where it's like you need that moment of like thinking and processing. But we want to remove that layer of processing for writing and doing it out loud. So this might be something that you want to do as well. And if you're a reader, watch your readings. And this is it. And then we'll close it out with these cards. I'll go through them back quickly too. Okay. Magic works through you. Confirmation, babies. Yeah. Surrender now. Be playful. Overcome any obstacle. See the big picture. Be fearless and bold. The miracles are endless. Finally, time to collaborate. How did we get back to my ants? How did we get back to my ants, you guys? My random little ant story. I love spirit. Like, I love tarot. I love all of this. Give it up to them. Let's give it up for them, you guys. Give it up for them. Ayibobo. Biloloooooo. All right. Oh, this was beautiful. I had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, like, share, whatever you do. I would really, really appreciate it. Join the channel. Um, but also at the same time, I trust my work. I welcome all of you who are getting this message right when you need it. And if you made it all the way down to the end, please go ahead and let me know because I want to start finding my people. And I'm enjoying the energy that we're creating on this channel. So thank you for sharing your energy with me. May this message reach you right where you need it, in that it inspires you to create more freedom in your life, honor and respect. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.